Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out this video. I am so excited to be showing you guys my first DIY of the season. I am so excited for fall, and Halloween is one of my absolute favorite holidays to decorate for. Today I have for you a Halloween advent calendar DIY that you can fill with little tricks or treats for your little ones or yourself and display as a main focal point piece that would look great on an entryway table or shelf. I really hope you guys enjoy this DIY. It is one of my favorite DIYs to date that I have done, so get out your glue guns and let's get this craft party started. To start, I took 12 of these small wooden craft boxes that I found in the Crafter Square section of Dollar Tree and just started taking out the drawers and flipping them over. What's great about this DIY is you can customize it with however many boxes you want. I had 12 of the boxes on hand that I hauled a couple of months ago, so that is what I used. The cutout design doesn't matter in the front because you're not going to end up seeing that once it's finished. To assemble the boxes, I started with the bottom row of boxes and worked my way up. The boxes aren't perfectly square and some differ in size by a centimeter or two, and you're going to see that in a minute. For that reason, the bottom row of boxes I align as best as I can to be a straight edge at the bottom and build from there. For the bottom row, I took some E6000 glue and drew a little square with an X in the center of the left and right alternating sides of 3 of the boxes, and then went around the perimeter of the E6000 with some hot glue. I used both because E6000 takes a while to set, and the hot glue holds it in place while the E6000 is setting. After I apply the glue to the side of the box, I take the next box over and push them together while keeping the bottom edge straight, and hold them together for about 15 to 20 seconds while also applying pressure. After the first row was assembled, I started working on the middle row. The process in which I apply the glue is the same, I just add it to the bottom of the middle row boxes as well to attach it to the bottom row. The first box I added the glue to the top of the bottom row box, but later decided it was easier if I just did it to 2 sides of each of the middle boxes. You can attach them either way, whatever way is easier for you. You will start to see that the boxes aren't lining up exactly because, well, they were $1. Just the same way I made the bottom row of boxes a straight edge at the bottom, I also do that on the right side edge of the whole piece when building it up. I repeat the same when attaching the top row. For the legs, I used 4 of these wooden people pieces that I picked up from a craft store. I don't remember if they came from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but they had been sitting in my craft bins for a long time, so I thought I would finally go ahead and put them to use. They are $4.99, but I'm pretty sure I used a coupon. You could also use Dollar Tree's little wooden blocks from the Crafter Square section as legs and just stack them in 4s. To attach them, I just added a daub of E6000 to the center and then hot glue around that, and then held it in place for 15 to 20 seconds while applying pressure. This is where this DIY starts to get fun. I took these creepy crawly creatures that I found in the toy section at Dollar Tree and just started hot gluing them to the top, sides, and one of the legs. I ended up using a couple spiders, centipedes, a fly, and a roach. Next, I took it outside and used Rust-Oleum's flat black spray paint to cover both the assembled piece, front, back, and underneath, as well as the individual drawers. I was running out of paint, so I didn't paint the inside of the drawers. I had just enough paint to make sure to cover what was going to be seen. After everything was dry, I put the drawers back inside their cubbies. I took this acrylic paint by Folk Arts Brushed Metals line in the color Brush Bronze and took a cosmetic wedge and started dabbing in kind of a circle around each cubby and legs. I also used a small detail brush to paint the perimeter of each box and to highlight the tops of the creepy crawly creatures. I think this is what really makes this piece pop and stand out. This next part is where I have to give my husband the credit. While I was working on this project, he asked, "Oh, are you making one of those advent calendars?" And then I just decided to make what was originally going to be an apothecary cabinet into a functional advent calendar. So thank you, husband, for that genius idea. For the numbers, I couldn't do all of the 13 days of Halloween countdown because I only had 12 boxes. So that is why number 11 is missing, and also because I didn't have enough numbers to include number 11. I used 2 packs of these Chalk It stickers that I found at Dollar Tree and randomly placed the numbers in the middle bottom edge of each box and then sealed around the edges of the numbers with a little matte Mod Podge and a cosmetic wedge. I got the brass pull handles on Amazon. They came in a pack of 30 and also included the screws. They were $10.99, so each pull tab comes out to cost about 36 cents a piece, and I will also be using these in other DIYs, so I think this is a great deal and the quality is excellent. I'll be sure to link them down in the description box. I just screwed in a tab to the top of each box. The screws are a little bit longer than the depth of the boxes, so they do poke out in the inside, but they are still functional and you can still store little trinkets or treats in them. You could also glue them on instead of screwing them in, but I like the more realistic look of using all of the hardware. And that is it for this DIY. This really gets me excited for Halloween, and I can't wait to fill each of the little boxes with treats for my kids to open during the final days until Halloween. This also reminds me of something I would see in places like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and actually purchase. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would love a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, I would love to have you. And click that little notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I would love to see your creations, so if you have an Instagram, tag me at cpandacrafts. I would love to see how your DIY turned out for this project. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.